Hey guys, bonjour and welcome. I'm here today to talk about something so important because I have an amazing career that I do. I am a flight attendant. Yes, I am flying the skies, honey, and I am living it up and getting paid to do it too. Isn't that exciting? Yeah. But I want to actually come here and do this video because I get asked a lot of questions by a lot of people. This opportunity is pretty much open to all over technically 21, just so you know. But I want to come here and share my journey into becoming a flight attendant and some other reasons why you probably shouldn't be a flight attendant. So keep on watching. Okay, I'm a flight attendant. Why do you want to be a flight attendant? I can only speak about my experience and my journey. I had already been going to different interviews. I was trying to get a job in media originally. Nothing was happening in my hometown of South Florida. I would go to places like DC and stay at a friend's house and set up a lot of interviews. Nothing happened. I stayed at a friend's house in Chicago, went to a couple of interviews, nothing happened. So when this opportunity was presented to me, I kind of was at a place of, you know what, at this point, I'll take anything. I'll take anything. And I think, God willing, the anything turned out to be a great thing. So I went ahead and I applied. I applied honestly, just kind of playing around, not really taking it serious, but I did do all the major airlines. I love interviews. I love applying for jobs. So make sure that when you're going to do the application process that you do update your resume. That is so important. So I sent in my application. A lot of the questions were like scenario based. It's a very different type of style of application and even interview process, but I wasn't worried. Be the true you, answer the questions as honest as you can, and whatever will happen will happen. I applied on a Monday online to all the major airlines, and the next day a particular airline responded to me offering me to do a video interview, which, as you can tell, was not going to be difficult to accomplish. And then when I did the video interview on a Tuesday morning, I then went and received an email that Tuesday afternoon inviting me to an in-person interview with the company. This is when I realized, okay, this might actually happen. I need to start taking this opportunity a little bit more serious than I started out. So I researched the company. I really tried to understand what their brand is, what their history is about, where they're trying to go. If I'm going to kind of be possibly a good fit, made sure that I truly met all the requirements of what they were looking for. And then I started to visualize myself, you know, in that industry. I had never done it before. I traveled quite a bit on my own prior to, but not, you know, massive understanding of what the airline industry is really all about. So I was kind of nervous. I was scared. I was like, is this a good thing? And any airline you apply to, on the website, they are very clear of all the requirements. They give you some heads up about what to expect. So, you know, make sure you read that and you understand it, that you are agreeing with it. Because if the opportunity is for you and it starts to roll, then you need to get ready to ride that train, honey. So I went ahead and set up for the in-person interview to take place a week later because they offered me a couple of dates, so I took the very last one, giving me time now to prepare. I'm like, oh my God, I could possibly be a flight attendant. This is crazy. So I was like preparing myself, like I said, researching the company, visualizing myself in the opportunity. I really did some homework because I wanted the opportunity that if this happened, that I would prefer it to somewhat be maybe one of the last corporate America type job that I have aside from becoming an entrepreneur. So I needed to make this count. And I did the in-person interview. It went very well, obviously. I was in a room with like 30 other people at the beginning of the interview, and then of course they pull you out to do one-on-ones. I rock that. I love doing interviews, so if you guys need interview tips, not just for this job as a flight attendant, any job that you're applying for, definitely leave your comments below, and I'll help you through that process, because I am one of those people. I love doing interviews, and I don't know, I find it to be easy for me. So I did the in-person a week later, and then that next day I got the email inviting me out for a 5-week training in Texas. That was when I was like, okay, this is for real. Even though it's a conditional job offer, you going to training, you still are not 100% in, folks, because like any job, you have probation. There's jobs that offer what's called a conditional offer, and you going to training is technically a conditional offer. So don't go to training thinking you got this in the bag, honey, because you kind of don't, okay? I'm just gonna be honest with you there. You don't have it in the bag when you're at training. Training was very intense. It was a lot of information. I see now why they take you outside of your element of home. They put you in a hotel to make sure you're there to focus. You're gonna have to focus. This is where you're gonna really realize if it's for you or not. But I don't want you to use training as a parameter as to this is how the job overall is, because it's just they have to give you the information. You have to know what to do. But the job is not just that every day. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So my training was 5 weeks. It was like going to school in a new school at a new town for the first time, meeting new people. It was definitely, like I said, nerve-wracking, but it was also fun. You have to do homework every night. You're taking a test the next day about all this information that you learned the day before. So it's almost like you're going back to school. If you don't want to do any schooling, you don't want to study, your brain cells are fried, this may not be for you. But yeah, I did that. And then once I graduated, they call it the pinning ceremony. I got my wings, honey. I can now fly the skies. They sent me home for 3 days, and I had to pack up my life and move to my base. Some people stay in their hometown and commute in for work. I chose to live at my base, which for me is the Washington, Virginia, Baltimore, Maryland area, or as we call it, the DMV, which I actually wanted to live in DC anyways. I was interviewing jobs in DC prior to applying to my airline. So it actually kind of fell in place for me. But please do know, my experience is not going to be your experience. I've heard of people that have applied. It took forever to even get an answer from the company, a month, 2 months, 2 weeks, who knows, after doing a video interview. No news is good news, because if they didn't want you, you would have gotten that response ASAP. So if you don't hear from them yet, either they have not gotten to your video interview, or they're still considering you but have not made a final decision. So no news is good news. You're gonna have to have that patience to wait. Definitely apply. Definitely be very open-minded. This job is not going to be something where you're going to come in making millions of bucks, making 6 figures right away. It is a bit of a pay cut at the beginning compared to wherever you're coming from. Some of you, it might be an upgrade in pay. It really varies on your life situation right now. For me, it was a pay cut, a very big cut. But if you watch my video about how I focus on the characteristics of a dream job, the bigger picture, even though I was getting paid less, I'm actually much happier. I'm accomplishing more in life. So it's not always about the money. So if you're here trying to chase money, this is not the job for you, okay? I'm gonna let you know now, don't even apply. If you're looking for a 6-figure job, this is not for you starting out. The money does come, because you get a nice little raise every year on your anniversary month. But coming in for the first few years, it's going to be a struggle. So yeah, the struggle was real the first few months into this job. But I was willing to just walk that journey, and I'm glad that I did. What else can I tell you about it? Like I said, my process went by really fast, but that's only because timing is everything in any opportunity that you're looking for work-wise. timing that I applied, they just so happened to be doing a very mass hiring. A lot of people were retiring and they needed new blood, and I happened to be in that nice little group of people that they started to take in. And it was just the luck, just luck. But your process may take a little bit longer. So if you currently have a job, don't just quit that job just yet. And if you're really serious about this opportunity, while you're working whatever job you're at, I highly recommend that you start to save a little bit. I had a very small savings because I had come back to the States after having been overseas for quite a bit. So I didn't have much to start with, but I was walking on faith, you know, and everything always works out. So if you currently have a job, still continue with that job and apply and just go with the process and be patient and be positive. If you're doing this to get flying benefits, forget about it. If you want this job because you want to travel the world only, forget about it. If you want this job because you want to make, you know, six-figure income, this is not for you. If you are someone that can't deal and tolerate people and you hate customer service, this is not for you. Just like anything else, it is a job. The company has a lot of money at stake when running this business, and they hire you to represent them while you're also representing yourself. So you are going to have to do some work. But the only difference with being a flight attendant for me and working like what I did behind the desk at an office is this doesn't always feel like work. You know, sometimes I'm like, I get paid to do this? And when you're away on a trip for work, they put you in a hotel, you're on a layover, the company pays for your hotel room, and you know, when you're on your layover, you get to actually go out and have a little fun, but you still have to be responsible. This job is just like any other job. You have to take drug tests. They do random alcohol and drug tests even when you're on the job. When you land, there's somebody standing by that door pointing at you. Let's go. It's your turn today. So even in your personal life, you still need to be responsible. If you're somebody, unfortunately, with a DUI, still apply. Make sure you're clear when they ask the questions if you have any convictions or anything, because maybe some things are forgivable and some things are not. If you do get a DUI while working, it may not be as forgiving. So you have to be responsible when you take this job. If you're somebody that's just thinking you're gonna come here and have some fun, and oh my God, I'm in Paris, I'm in Oklahoma, I'm in California, I'm in Geneva, just to have fun, don't even apply. Don't waste your time, because you're not gonna last probably even through training, because there's still work involved in this opportunity. And I really don't want you to mess it up for yourself, because the long-term benefits with this airline industry overall, it has so many amazing opportunities, so many benefits aside from flying perks for you and your friends and your family. So many walks of life come into the airline industry as a flight attendant. So please don't cancel yourself out. As long as you have some customer service experience, you have a chance. So please apply. You know, you can't know until you do it. So just do it. And you'll be like me, you'll be so happy that you did. I mean, I don't regret it at all. But that was my journey into becoming a flight attendant. And I told you some of the reasons why you should not be a flight attendant. But there's so much more I can definitely talk about that I'm going to do in a part 2 video, which is the application and interview process. I'm going to do a couple of series of videos. I don't want this one to drag on, but I wanted to come here first and share my experience. And I hope this was helpful. I hope it's motivating you to really consider it. It's a really great thing. It's for me, I mean, now that I've done it, unless I, you know, really keep pursuing my entrepreneurship opportunities that I've created for myself outside of work, I can't see myself doing anything else at this point. I'm spoiled with this opportunity. The money is starting to really catch up, and I love it. I love it. You have to love what you do, because you have to wake up and use time out of your life that you were blessed to wake up to see, to give it to somebody else. And if you're going to do that, at least love it or like it or enjoy it. So that would be my journey into becoming a flight attendant. Please definitely subscribe to my channel, share and like this video, give it a thumbs up. You know, anyone else that's interested in becoming a flight attendant, please go ahead and send them this video. I would be more than happy to help you guys if you're interested in the process. Leave all your questions and comments below, and I'll definitely go through and answer as many of them as possible. And have fun. Have fun with it. I wish you the best. I am crossing my fingers for you. And let me know if you need any help. Definitely leave me a message. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace out and love yourself first.